I came to what now seems like the incredibly obvious and inevitable conclusion that there should be marriage equality and marriage rights for all, regardless of sexual orientation. After, I guess, breaking through a couple different barriers in my mind. And one of those was the way that I was raised. My father is a French communist, and I basically, learned all about structures of oppression and how society was built in a way to favor the propagation of wealth from generation to generation in certain social classes, and marriage seemed like it was a structure within this overall system. And
an oppressive structure.
Yes, an oppressive structure. You're right about that. And so when I first started hearing about gay marriage and demands for marriage equality and things like that, I sort of had this instinctive kind of angry reaction to it that was very much a like, marriage is the church anyway, and fuck the church, we hate the church, and we shouldn't have marriage anyway, and why are the gays wanting it now, and this is stupid. And
so it was more a problem with the institution first than the...
Well, there was a little bit of both. The main problem, the main and open problem definitely was with the institution. And then there was a little bit of a well, I don't know. I mean, do I really think two dudes can raise a child? Do I really think this and that? And that sort of over time shifted. I sort of realized as the people I knew changed, that very much wasn't even an issue, and I don't think I really ever admitted to myself that was an issue, but it was in practice, even if not in theory. So when I got through that and decided that it didn't matter that marriage was part of an essentially unjust society, that it was part of the society we live in, then there's absolutely no reason for it not to be available to everyone. That's your story.
Tell my story.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. So I don't ever remember not thinking that marriage should be an equal right. And I feel like I should say I was raised Catholic, so, I guess it just seemed foundational to a thing that people did, and so it's crazy that it shouldn't be a thing that all adults who are in love and have found like a person to spend their life with could do. But the real story I wanted to say about that is that my friends, Bianca and Joanna, who are married, live in California. They are as married as you can be in California at the moment, which means that they had a ceremony and they wear rings, and they were briefly married for a period of time when the state decided that was legal. And they went to City Hall, and that happened. And then, you have to sort of think about this, because the invasion of privacy that has happened in California is sort of so upsetting and profound. It's something we don't see very often in this country, I feel like. So basically, Bianca and Joanna, who love each other and will spend the rest of their lives together, got married. And then later, their neighbors, in some sort of, pitchfork voting majority, decided they couldn't be married. It's terrifying. I mean, it's terrifying. It's totally terrifying and sort of upsetting. So, then, earlier than that, the first part of the story is the first time Bianca and Joanna get married happens because they are going on a trip to South Africa, where it turns out it is legal for same-sex couples to get married in South Africa, which had apartheid. What was that? Was it
1988, 89? Yeah, 20 years ago.
So they go to South Africa, find a Lutheran minister, and get legally married in South Africa, which involved you had to sign the marriage contract in a, like the tradition was you're under a roof, but there are open doors, like so the spirits come in and out, I guess. It's actually not that far different from the Catholics. And then there were instructions. They had, the wedding planner said afterwards they had a picnic in a national park, and she said if the baboons come for your food, just let them have it because it's better that way. So that was the other piece of, for me, that just seemed like, I mean, truly, it's embarrassing. Like, this is the United States and South Africa. We're behind South Africa on civil rights, right? That's another thing. So then the other thing that we were talking about that we should say, because we're supposed to say that you should sign the petition, the pledge, check the box,
Yeah.
and sign the equality pledge, but truly this is not a thing that should be coming through a majority vote.
Yeah, it's really such a fundamental right that it's
Should be through the courts.
It's even kind of ridiculous that it's subject to a majority vote.
Because it really shouldn't be up to us to decide who gets married.
Yeah.
It's a right to get married.
I have friends whose spouses I don't particularly approve of, but that doesn't make any goddamn difference.
That's what your in-laws are for. They can judge, but like it's really not our place. Yeah. I think that's what we have to say.
But in the meantime,
we'll vote yes.
The world is the world, so we'll vote yes, and you should sign the pledge.
Yes.